Normally, the Stormbringer is used for electrical abyssals, but the damage type of water projectors also makes it viable in exotic abyssals. In this video I'll show you how. Let's look at the fitting. The entire fit is only around 1.4 to 1.5 billion. It is actually very decent for a T5 cruiser. In the high slots you have the water projector, in the medium slots you have a pit and B-type medium shield booster, AB battery, two multi-spectrums and a glycerine shield boost amplifier. In the low slots we have watch and tuning system for maximum DPS. In the rigs we have a operational solidifier and two capacitor control circuits to get more cap recharge rate. The implants we use mid-grades without Omega. We have to use the power grid management implant to make this fit, a capacitor management implant to get more cap, and the weapon upgrade implant which reduces CPU requirement for the watch and projector so that it also fits on CPU. And it's actually more or less the same in electrical. Most of the time you just enter the room, approach the cache, shoot the rats, loot cache, go to next room, but other rooms require some more careful piloting. Now let's look at the rooms. For the drone frigates, Ephialtes, Sancho, sleeper cruisers and Leszek, you always just hit approach on the cache, shoot the rats and that's it. There's not much more that you need to do in those rooms. And also these rooms are super quick, mostly take like maximum 2 minutes if at all. Because all the rats they tend to stay together in a giant ball so that the chain of your water projects will easily hit all of them. Yeah, and that's the same procedure for all of those 5 rooms that I just mentioned. But the other rooms that we are going to look at now, they require some more attention and more piloting. For the Draco and kikimoru, kill starving damaviks if there are many. And once those are gone, then focus the kikimoras, because they do a lot of damage once they get under 25 kilometers. And after the kikimoras are gone, kill Dracovacs and Rodivas, as they tend to stay together most of the time, and so the chain of your watch should have an easy time doing damage to all of them. In the Vedmek room, you want to burn away from them and focus starving damaviks first. When you burn away, the damaviks will use their micro warp drive that increases their signature radius, and so your watcher will do much more damage as when they are close. So pulling range at the begin helps applying damage to the damaviks at the begin, and so you can clear some starving damaviks first before the Vedmeks get into range. After the starving damaviks are gone, then you kill all the Vedmeks, and once they are gone, kill the remaining damaviks that survive the approach to you. In the Angel room, just shoot into the frigate ball that burns towards you, so you can clear some of the frigates while their signature rate is big when they use the micro warp drive, and then you go for the Cinnaballs. Kill non-elite Cinnaballs first and then the elite ones, and in the time you kill the Cinnaballs, most of the frigates will die to the chain as well. And on the end you have to kill those Ixians. They are a bit annoying as they stay at huge range and they are so far away that the chain doesn't do a lot of damage to other NPCs around. in a drone battlecruiser room, you want to make sure that you stay more than 20 kilometers away from them. Kill snare casters first and then shoot into the ball of the drone battlecruisers. They tend to stay together so that the watcher will do damage to all of them in the room. Important is that you do not let them come close, as then they will do a lot of damage. The Overmind room is probably the most dangerous and difficult room, not because you might be unable to tank it, but because it eats up a lot of time. In exotics, the Overmind is a little bit faster than in electrical because kinetic is a better damage type to use than EM, the Overmind, but it still can eat up a lot of time. With heat you can clear it in T5 once below 6.5 minutes, but then your gun is at around 80% heat and then you can't really heat it anymore in the following rooms. So if you get this room 3 times, especially in a minus 50%, then there's a good chance that you will run out of time and that you will die. So this means that this Stormbringer has a guaranteed death scenario. But that's also the reason why we fly a rather cheap fit to compensate for those guaranteed loss. But the chance that you get 3 times the Overmind in the Abyss is very low, as each room has about a 1 in 18 chance to appear. So the chance to get 3 Overmind is around 1 in 6,000 Abyssal runs. In the Martial room, you have to keep your speed up and avoid blue clouds. Kill any webbing frigates that burn towards you and then go straight for the Marshals. If there are too many frigates and so Marshals, then it might be a good idea to go straight for the Marshals, as they do not have a lot of EHP and so you can already clear most of the DPS in that room if there are too many frigates. Yeah, but the most important thing is that you keep your speed up in this room and don't get webbed or inside a blue cloud. For the Deep Watcher room, kill all the support frigates and cruisers, kill the cache, and when you are in range of Electro Punch, Lord Electro Punch, and then just kill those Deep Watchers down. There's probably not too much that can go wrong in that room. In the Cavern room, try to spiral into her and on your way kill all the support crews, especially those that web and newt, because you do not want to get neuted or webbed in that room, because then Cavern will do a lot of damage. Once the cruisers are gone, simply just shoot Cavern. This room doesn't take as long as the Overmind, but it still eats up a lot of time, so keep that in mind. And it's also worth to heat your gun on Cavern to kill it faster. And this is the Shipyard room. You actually only want to do it if there are no blinding lashbacks. If there are any, then simply just take the gate and move on to the next site. If there are no blinding lashbacks, then Lord Strike Snipe into the gun and then just shoot into the pack of Lesheks, because they stay together at the beginning, so you can easily clear most of them. What the best strategy is to just sit at the gate, and if you realize that you are unable to kill them quick enough or unable to tank them, you can always just take the gate and get to the next site. I would not recommend trying to approach them, because if you then realize that you cannot make it, then you might just die. So the best strategy is to stay close to the gate and try to kill as many of them as possible before trying to get to the loot. But once you're just down to a few of them and you think you can tank those few, then it is the time to get the loot. What you can also try to do is to drop an MTU on the gate and then shoot the cache, then shoot some of the Lesheks before they do too much damage, and just wait until the MTU grabs the can. And this was the guide for the T5 Exotic Abyssal Stormbringer. I hope you found it helpful. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.